She will play it because she's a crazy reviewer gamer. Hopefully this song is shorter for you guys because she thinks the last one was too long, but she still is a crazy cat lady, you gamer. Hopefully this is the last one because like before, I don't like singing these songs.
Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes. Hi everybody, Martha here. So got finished watching the last episode of Swamp Thing. I didn't do the other episodes because since the series ended and they only did 10 episodes, I decided just to do the other 7 as individual. So this season was pretty good. I mean, for a person who doesn't like horror stuff, this one was pretty cool. And and a bunch of stuff happened. So, Abby is trying to help Swamp Thing, whose name's Alec, and Jason's the doctor, and we also got the mayor and his wife, and the sheriff and her son Matt. So, and they have, and the one episodes I can remember is that the video game guy, the video store owner, ends up becoming the Blue Devil, but he was an actor before, and that he was just a stuntman. So he decided, I don't know, he made a deal with the devil or just a random guy, but he turned him into the Blue Devil. He turned him into where he had to go and take care, stay in the town until Abby came and keep an eye on her and keep her alive, I guess. And like during the last episodes, his thing got activated. We only got to see his attack one time because it was during episode 9, and it was a pretty good look, basically. And we find out that Alec is not that Swamp Thing is not Alec. He just has Alec's memories. So, but since he still acts like a human, so him being a plant, him being just a plant, does not make him not human. It's his actions is what makes you human. Because if he found out that his heart and lungs, when Jason died, cut him open, they found out that his hearts and his lungs don't have like blood flowing through them and stuff like that. So he was just playing. He just has Alec Holland's memories, right, Sully?
Yeah, that's right. He just has his memories.
So, and when Jason came home that day, he found out his wife took over medicines for elder Alzheimer's disease. She looks pretty young to have it, but she took all the pills. So he used Alec's heart to try to save her, but he ended up taking some of it. But he doesn't get arrested for it later on. So, and the mayor almost gets killed by Matt and the sheriff, because since he caused pretty much everything that happened to the town, to the swamp and stuff like that, the disease that the swamp brought, and he found out that he's Matt's dad, even though that doesn't make any sense because Matt looks like he's at least somewhat, I don't know, he looks like he's at least somewhat, some it looks like he's part black, but both his parents are white. What? So they try to kill him, but he doesn't die. He doesn't die. He like somehow he survives with Swamp Thing's help. And so he comes back and tries to kill his son. But the sheriff figures out that he's still alive. Because since he put his wife into the mental institute, since she's still seen her dead daughter. So she figured out that only Mary could do that. So she was talking to her son, and after Matt got put in the hospital, and she just she went in the car, and the mayor offered to let them go back together again, but she says no, not after you did to my son, and not after everything you've done so far. And so she went inside her car. She got stabbed, and he pretty much drowned her in her car. So yeah, but the last scene of him we see is that he when he gets back in his car, he froze up plants. So I don't know. That's the last time we see him. I'm guessing that he died. That died then too. So that's the last time we see him. So that's confusing. So his is kind of unresolved. So and last thing we see for a Swamp Thing is that he Alec, his memory is telling him, just because you found out the truth about yourself does not mean you can't choose to be what you want to be. Because Abby loves you no matter what. And even though he killed a bunch of people, but it's up to him who he chooses, who he wants to be, not what everybody else does. And so Abby and him get to live happily ever after, basically. But if this TV show would continue, they showed this last scene, this last thing we see is Jason turning into the Bad Swamp Thing. I think, or Bionic Man, I think it's called. But I remember watching Harley Quinn and Batman. They showed that guy. They showed him in that movie, in that directed video one. So I don't know. Like I said, during the first two parts of this stuff, I don't know that very much about Swamp Thing. So all I know is this stuff, and they didn't even say who he was in the TV show. I'm just remembering in that, and that's the only other Swamp character I can think of that could be. So what do I give this series? Well, I really wish it would have continued, because the last thing we get to see of the Blue Devil is him leaving the town after he says goodbye to his girlfriend. But we didn't really get to see much of, this is so sad when a show is unresolved just because of expenses and state problems and taxes problems, yada yada yada. But because it was just a great show, and they wrapped it up really good. The last episode was great. I mean, wish they would have done Titans better, but so I give this series a 9 out of 10. What do you give it, Sully?
I give it overpause. In my tail. So bye bye, guys. Swamp Thing, Swamp Thing. Wow, that Swamp Thing. You make my heart sing. You make it everything. Boom. baby. Swamp Thing.
So, bye-bye. I like, subscribing.